The controversy doesn't stop there. There's a Republican debate tonight in Detroit, and Ben Carson won't be there. The retired neurosurgeon finished no better than fourth in all of the Super Tuesday primaries and caucuses. And in a statement Wednesday, Carson wrote, "I do not see a political path forward." Chief White House correspondent Major Garrett is with us now from the Fox Theater in Detroit, the site of tonight's debate.
Major, good to see you.
Good to see you. What's going on?
So after winning 7 states on Tuesday, the target on Donald Trump's back is even bigger than before. With Trump so far ahead, how are these candidates going to adjust their debate strategies tonight?
Well, I don't think there's going to be much adjustment at all. I think John Kasich is going to say what he's always said, that he's a problem solver and a doer, and he's not going to get down into the mud or get down into the personal attacks. I think what you're going to see from Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz is precisely what you saw at the debate in Houston. A very aggressive attack on Donald Trump's persona, his personal life, his business background, and his lack of specifics on a wide variety of issues, both foreign and domestic. Now, it's interesting. Last night, Donald Trump's campaign put out a somewhat detailed description of what he would like to see done in American health care. That is a reaction, clearly, to his inability to articulate anything but one talking point the last debate when the health care issue was brought up. So the Trump campaign is learning from its previous mistakes, trying to adapt to future circumstances. Trump knows he is going to be attacked from Cruz and from Rubio, possibly from Kasich, and he knows as this field narrows, the likelihood that those attacks will intensify not just on the debate stage tonight, but through various well-funded super PACs is going to continue. He's in the fight to get the Republican nomination. It is only going to get tougher for him, but Trump has the lead, and with the lead and momentum, he believes, and his strategists believe, he can survive.
Major, with those attacks likely against Trump, is it likely that Cruz, Rubio, and Kasich are going to go after each other? And if that happens, does that help or hurt them?
Well, that's the other underlying question, because the field is not narrowing as rapidly as either Cruz or Rubio or Kasich would like it to narrow. Each of them say, if this race were just me against Donald Trump, I would prevail. Here's the problem. It's not just one of them against Donald Trump, it's all three of them. And while that intensifies and multiplies the number of attacks against Trump, it also divides the anti-Trump vote. Now, there are all sorts of theories about what this multi-candidate field means. In some cases, let's say John Kasich wins the winner-take-all state of Ohio in just under 2 weeks. Or does Marco Rubio win the winner-take-all state of Florida, his home state? That means they gather more delegates, possibly depriving Donald Trump of the mathematical 1,237 delegates he needs to secure the nomination. So one theory is these candidates should stay in the race, because if they can win, especially winner-take-all states, they can gather delegates, slow Trump's momentum, and prevent him from becoming the nominee. The other theory is, and it runs completely the opposite direction, is the more candidates stay in, the more the anti-Trump vote is divided, which gives Trump the advantage not just in momentum, but acquiring delegates and moving ever closer to the nomination. And here's the issue. Republicans can't decide which strategy is right. Rubio, Cruz, and Kasich can't decide which strategy is right. So they're all going to stay in this race, and it'll be part of the discussion tonight and the debate stage, and part of the strategic backdrop as everyone tries to figure out, meaning everyone in the anti-Trump camps, try to figure out what strategy, if any, can ultimately prevail against the Republican frontrunner.
Major, Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly is moderating tonight's debate. We know that there's been a lot of friction between the two going back to the very first debate on Fox News. The question I think on a lot of people's mind is, are we going to see a tamer Trump, or will he be Trump unleashed like he has been with her in the past?
Well, look, Megyn is one of three moderators tonight. Chris Wallace, Brett Baier will be the other one. So it's not as if it's only going to be Megyn Kelly against Donald Trump, point one. Point two, I know a little bit about being on stage, being a moderator to debate. Not a lot, but a little. And I know the one thing you never want to be is the center of attention. You want to ask questions and develop newsy answers from candidates seeking the highest office in the land. I guarantee you that's what Megyn Kelly is going to do. I guarantee you that's what Brett Baier is going to do and what Chris Wallace is going to do. As for Trump's temperament and deportment, look, I think you can take a cue from his press conference at Mar-a-Lago on Super Tuesday evening. It was quite different in tone and temperament. He clearly is understanding that as he moves closer to the Republican nomination, he needs to project not just an attitude, an appearance, and a quietness that is, if not synonymous, at least close to presidential. And in that respect, clashing with Megyn Kelly or Chris Wallace or Brett Baer in a gratuitous way is not going to work to his advantage. Now, Trump is very capable and has proven this over and over again, either at deflecting hostile questions or turning them against one of his Republican rivals. I don't think you're going to see any difference there, but I think you're going to see an intense exchange about policy, politics, and ideas. That's what debates are about, and Trump's going to have to give as good as he gets.
Major Garrett in Detroit. Major, thanks so much.